Well, hello, I'm Elizabeth and welcome to my channel. I want to play more with my arts in 2025 and I got a new sketchbook to do that with. If you want to see where I got this from, I will link the video below. And I already started a sketch in it. I've been getting back into reading. The past about year, I've been reading more. And you know what? I want to play around with some fan art. So playing around with fan art, new supplies, using my imagination more, not just reference photos. So building that up, that skill. I believe that art is a skill. You can learn it. And if you don't use it, you kind of lose it. So time to play around. Here is the sketch I did. I made it up in my head. It is a dragon reading a book. And if you like to read too, then leave a comment below with your guess of who the dragon might be. Leave the guess now before I continue with my video, because once I start coloring it in, it might become more obvious. This dragon, I did it with this pencil. This is the Derwent Inktense watercolor pencil, a burnt umber. So I sketched it out and then I added water to get it a lot softer. And I'm going to play around with layering in my new Neocolor 2 water soluble crayons. So come along with me today and we're going to play. All right, let's go to my overhead and play around. Come on. Okay, this is your last chance to guess who this dragon might be before I start playing around with these. These are Caran d'Ache Neocolor 2 watercolor soluble crayons. This is going to be a mixed media piece. So I started with sketching it out with this Derwent Inktense burnt umber color pencil, and I added water. And now we're going to play around with some these and see, mainly I want to see like the opacity versus the transparency of these. So I hope you guessed who you think the dragon is, because we're starting. So let's have a little chat, shall we? How have you been? How is 2025 treating you? Have you been drawing or painting lately? If not, why haven't you? Why haven't you been drawing or painting? I sketched this out, just hanging out. I didn't do it all at once. It took me a while to sketch it out and then add watercolors, and I decided just to do it at my pace instead of making it as a video. So, but here we are with the video. So this is a lantern hanging by a feather tail, and I'm working on the golden glow that's going to be coming out of the lantern. Just playing around with that, where it will be hitting the dragon. Really doing this specific light source. Just playing around with it. Let's add some water and see what it does. If you like to read, what books have you been reading? I had this idea right before Onyx Storm came out, and I'm like, why not? Let's make a little fan art. This year I really want to play more and make some fan art. So here I am. Cute little idea of Art and Darna. The feather tail. I just really like the imagery. Like, I'm an artist, and artists like imagery, so surprise, surprise. So if you haven't seen my other video of playing around with a sketchbook with my Derwent Inktense watercolor pencil, check that out. I kind of go over what I noticed with this specific watercolor pencil. Like, it can reactivate when you add more water to it. So I'm trying to be careful not to reactivate it too much. I just want to play around with layering and making light sources. And if you read the books, you will know something, but I'm not gonna. She's not always a gold dragon. So, I'm going to play with that. Spoiler alert, she's not always a golden color dragon. So, I'm going to play around with that in this little sketch, little illustration. So, I'm grabbing my orange, layering it next to my yellow, really building like a golden glow, if I can say so. So some of the areas are still a little wet. Ooh. That's I don't like that right up there, so I won't continue it. Even before I drew this out, I knew that I wanted to play around with more mixed media on this piece, because something I want to play around with is mixed media. I've been traditionally painting with like pans or tubes of watercolors, but I've really been thinking lately I want to play around more with other ways to use the water media. So watercolor pencil being one of them, and watercolor crayons. So here I am playing around with other ways to use them. This is the vermilion. It's kind of like an orangey red color. So I've been playing, these are with the warmer colors so far. Just really thinking where this light is gonna hit her scales and everything. And you know what? I don't have to do just smooth colorings either. I can just make some squiggle lines. I can come back with my yellow. Let's see how it does with layering. Because this light, it might catch a little bit of this. This book is going to cover up her back leg. Okay, and then let's move on to the scarlet, which is a red. I may not use it as much, I don't think. Some more yellow. Let's play. I'm going to skip purple, move on to violet. is going to be where the shadows, at least what I perceive, where the deeper shadows are going to be. Where the light isn't going to be touching. I'm going to leave her scales along her spine lighter, I think. And then let's grab this beautiful blue turquoise blue. I might do that for some of her scales on the back. Because they're in the shadow, but I want them lighter. A little contrast. We'll put some blue for like the metal around the lantern. Or mage light. Oh, what color are the mage lights? Oh, I already started doing the... That would have been a good idea. That's okay. Let's use the side of the crayon too. Playing with the texture more. Squiggly lines, and I can smooth them out with water. Let's do some black. All right, add some water. Let's see what happens. Because I can, so I got this purpley color on my brush. I can use it to paint at other places too, I bet. Kind of use it like watercolor, like tubes of watercolor. Just once I get on my brush, I can move to other places. Kind of. Playing around texture. Oops, drop some water on there. Let's just move that around. I'm being very deliberate how I move my brush. Just kind of going in different areas to keep the form of my illustration there. Because if I just like do go everywhere, it's gonna muddle it all up, and it won't be as it won't be the same. The turquoise blue, it's very creamy, and I think it has like opaque colors in it, so it might muddy up some things if I'm not careful with it. So I got all the warm colors on my brush right now, like the yellows and the oranges and the red. Spreading around. Playing time. So, I asked earlier, what books have you been reading? Are there any books you've been reading that, that'd be a really fun thing to draw out? Even if it's not perfect, you can do it however you want because it's your drawing. Don't let anyone tell you how to do something when it comes from your imagination. So I kind of wanted this ray to go away, so I'm just adding a lot of water to it. You can't erase these with an eraser, but you can add a little water and dilute it a whole bunch. Get the books, the pages of the book wet. Usually you would want to avoid that as much as possible, but when you're illustrating it, do it. Oh, this red really takes over, man. So I'm using almost all the colors in my 15 color pack. I limited it down because I didn't want all of them. Let's add some more, see if we can add some more yellow. Some of the paper is still wet, some of it is dry. I'm gonna see what happens. What's nice is that the watercolor pencil, the lines are still showing through the watercolor crayon. Oh, you know what I need to do? White. But white will really, yeah, make things pop a little bit more. So I'm kind of doing some jaggedy strokes here to kind of simulate maybe some dragon scale. Dragon scale. And I think that paper's still a little damp there. Feathertail and Darna, it's before she decided what type of tail she was gonna get. I'm listening to the graphic audiobook. I've read all the books now. I'm starting the graphic audiobook with Fourth Wing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, so-and-so. Oh, such a traitor. I have so much foresight now. Yeah. Oh, she's looking cute. Her little talon thing there. And the thing about dragons, you can make them look however you want, because it's all imagination anyways. Except, like, there's certain things in the book. Dragons have 4 legs. So make sure, if you're following the Imperium style, make sure you give them 4 legs, because it will be important later. Oh, she's so cute. I want to do some more of the back leg there. It looks a little dead. Using my orange. And I kind of picked purple for the shadow color because yellow and purple are complementary colors, and so I thought it would look good. Even though I would call this a purple color, its name is Violet. Violet Sorengale. Which is a main character in this book. Violet Sorengale. It's only fitting to use it to color Andarna. Oh, she's so cute. So, I want to really let you know, play around, because you'll never know until you play. Okay, let's get out this. This is purple. This one's purple. Let's get this out. That's kind of like an in-between color. And these watercolor crayons, I don't have to wet down every single little bit I put on this. I can leave the raw little strokes on this and just let it be, which I like. I like texture. But I'm going to smooth out some of them a little bit more. And then if I decide, well, I want that texture back, I let it dry and add more. So I'm really excited to be adding these watercolor soluble crayons, water soluble crayons by Caran d'Ache. They're vanilla color 2s. And if you want to play with them, I highly recommend, because I think the best way, at least for me, to get creative is to play around with new supplies. Just play. And that's my big thing about 2025, is just playing around. My big thing, yes. Playing around with my imagination more. Playing around with materials. And everything in between. Let's get some of this white wet here too, and just see if I can blend it around. This is very opaque. Opaque means that it has really good coverage. Watercolors are traditionally very transparent, and so white does not go over dark colors. So this is exciting for me. Play around with white overlapping darker colors. Oops. There we go. I don't like this red. It looks like, there we go. I just mixed that in because I wasn't liking it. My little Andarna dragon reading. You could even, let's do this. So I got my crayon, got a damp paintbrush, getting it wet, and just using that like paint. Versus putting it directly on the paper. The paper's wet there, so this is a really good alternative because I don't want like lines stuck on it at all, like pressed into the paper. I have a feeling if I were to draw with the paper wet, it would leave like indents in the paper, and I don't want to do that. I just want to add a little bit more darkness. Hello darkness, my old friend. I know. Her pretty little eyeballs. Oh, look, it's just spreading around like watercolors would too. I don't like that black. So, damp paintbrush, just kind of soak it up, put it on the paper towel. And something like that. So, I think with these fine details along here, I'll come back when she's dry and do that. Pencil doesn't work very good over these crayons, I've noticed. So let's give some final texture things with the crayons over the top of where I've smoothed it out. Get some of that detail. here she is. Actually, one more thing. Thank you so much for coming along today and this little video. I hope it has inspired you on your watercolor journey, your art journey, your creativity journey, all the journeys. And if you're interested, once again, if you want to get any of these materials, they will be linked down below in the description. They will be affiliate links. So when you purchase anything through my affiliate links, I do get a percentage. It costs nothing for you. And that means I can buy more art supplies. If you haven't liked it yet, what are you waiting for? If you haven't subscribed, you should do that because that would make me happy. So thank you once again so much for coming along, and I will see you in the next video.